question that needs to be answered in this debate, as my leader of closing government told you, is who is the best actor to provide the life-sustaining medicine into the best quality and in a sustainable manner. I'm going to prove to you all these clashes in this debate and proven to you that government win this debate, right? First of all, the first clash, who can provide a better, cheaper alternative, the better access for this very niche and life-sustaining medicine, right? We prove to you that first of all, the opening oppositions only say that we can already have in a status quo a cheaper alternative, a better access from health insurance such as BPJS and donations from charity. We think that this is not sufficient, ladies and gentlemen, because we feel that pharmaceutical industry right now is monopolizing the price and the supply from these medicines. There's no supply that's available for a very rare type of cancers, HIV, or a rare type of diabetes, simply because they feel that there's not enough profits available in the market, right? They are very, as my first speaker told you, that business is a very profit-oriented nature. What they care is about the shareholder profits, right? When there's not enough demand from the society to make a scalable profit for them, they will not focus their research and priorities to market these products, right? And of course, when they see that there is a huge demand or certain things that they hold as a patent, for example, Ameripharm holding HIV cure, right? They will hold as long as possible to launch this product to the right time to market. They will not care whether the market needs now or 10 years from now, right? That's why we see that despite the development of invention of cancers, right, we never see also great inventions in the medicine, because they don't care or when the society needs it, they care when the shareholders sees the profit, right? And largely, we also see that private ministry has taken away the room of improvement for innovations and for low-cost medicines, but instead constantly rising the medicine cost. Why? Because when they hold the patent, they limit the access from the government and public and other private companies. No, thank you. I'll take you in a minute. To have a better research on based on this previous patent, and subsequently they are holding the future biomedical improvements by holding these secrets of the patent, right? Which is causing a very high cost in the healthcare industries and pharmaceutical. And even if that there is an access to healthcare insurance from the government like BPJS, right? We think that this is also a waste of national resource, because right now the medicine is exorbitantly high, and the healthcare insurance is being wasting so much resources and cost of this pharma by costing a lot of taxpayers' money to buy a very expensive and inaccessible medicines. So we have proven to you that nationalizing is the best way to go, right? And secondly, in the second layer of argument, we also feel that by nationalizing, we will get a better quality of medicine, right? Because right now, the quality is always being compromised by the profit nature of the business to get as much profit as they're possible. If they say that there is no more supply of materials that can give me a cheaper cost, right? Then we just go for the cheapest available in the market, because what they care is the profit margin to still be taken care to make the company sustaining, right? But it's different from the government, because government care about the society. Government care about how the society see them to be re-elected for the next 5 years, right? So what they'll do is they will cross-subsidize. They'll try to maintain the cost as cheap as possible. Like for example, BBM, right? They'll try to subsidize as much as possible in order to get the most voters, most votes as much as they can to the next re-elections, right? So we think that in the end of the day, the government has proven to you as the best actor to hold the cheaper alternative and the best quality of medicine. Secondly, another classes from the opposition is saying that the government doesn't have the budget, we will always underpay the researcher. No, we tell you that the government has a better access to funding. First of all, we are the biggest body in this country, right? We're holding as much, so many revenue from other type of industry, such as oil and gas, who is having a high profit and high more high tech. So we feel that the cross funding is possible. And secondly, we also think that government has a biggest role to be a nation player of the pharmaceutical industry. Why? Because we think that healthcare is a life-sustaining industry and it must be a priority of government agenda. If government just privatize the pharmaceutical industry, it will always be the second priority of the government, as my first speaker has told you, right? We think that the government will ensure that there is enough sustainable funding in order to make them look good to the people, right? To ensure the quality is essential to the public and to make sure that the quality is always standardized. A very simple example of this is BPJS system that we currently see now, right? A lot of people are pessimistic about BPJS system about 5 years ago, but now it's a very successful case of providing accessible healthcare to everyone in hospital and puskesmas, simply because the government has the better distribution system compared to the private industry. While the government is okay to go to Papua and remote areas because they want to help people over there compared to the private institution who doesn't have the ability because they simply don't see any profit that's available in Papua. Thirdly, we have told you that on research priorities, there's no remark at all from the opposition. When we told you that when it's very important for the government to control the directions, because we think that what is essential is only be understandable by the government, because the government see, like for example, HIV is very important to make sure the societies become productive. But there is no rebuttal from them that why is it lacking? Because there's no patents available for the public to access. There is no patents that are available from other private companies, and we think that the government is very important to collaborate with these private industries to complement the distributions and also the improvement of the research. We told you that there is always be collaborations between the government and the passionate researcher, because these passionate researchers will be reporting to the government to make the best product as possible rather than to make the cheapest product as possible when they're reporting to the private shareholders. We beg to propose. Thank you.